Alhamdulillah, yeah, we beat the odds. We reach the cause like that's a menage. These niggas ain't real shit, it's just a facade. No time for the fake ones. No counterfeit fake ones. Steak sauce, niggas A1. Boy, don't get it twisted like Jamaicans. Grown man on that groupie love. I think these niggas really tripping off that roofie drug. Looking like Uzi Shrug. I just do like the movie does. Actors, yeah, I knew the cut. Real niggas in my circle, huddle up. Stiff arm to the hurdles, muscle up. Can't hold you, boy, you better double up. Touchdown in the bank, how I sum it up. Run your mouth while I run my route. Need more cheese, I'ma pack a scout. Shit too easy, fuck a rapper clout. Facts, y'all niggas get factored out.
No time for the fake ones. No time for the fake ones.
Hi guys, welcome back to What's Relevant TV. I'm Oumou, and I'm here with Lachaleur. How are you?
Pretty well, you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me.
No problem.
So,
Pleasure.
What inspired you to do music?
I've always been like a music lover, like naturally, like, you feel me, like just always been around it, like my family, parents and everything like that. But to actually start creating, it just happened, like just chilling with my boys and stuff, you know, like my cousin, my childhood friends and stuff like that. We just started off as a hobby, and out of nowhere, you know, like we just kept doing it more consistently. And then, you know, one of my bros, he mentioned it, like, because his whole family is like church oriented, so like everybody like on his side is like musically inclined. So he just started making beats, and he told me about it, like, yo, you should start making beats too. So I just fell in love with that, like, and then just locked in more and more, and then it just, ever since then, just took it seriously. But I got much more better I got, the more I kept doing it.
Okay, and when was this? When did you realize that, okay, I'm gonna start doing music?
I would say like about, how many years ago? I was like in high school, like I was like probably 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably like 8 years ago.
So, I was gonna ask you, is there anyone you met that can say change your life for the better? But you said that it was like someone in your family.
Yeah, it's a few people I could mention. You know, my cousin is one. Like, he actually like really pushed me to like take it more seriously, because I was more the, you know, behind the scenes creator type of person, like where, you know, I would just make music just for the love of it and not really care if someone else hears it or not. You know, like just I was just cool with like my peers just hearing it, liking it, whatever. But he like, nah, we gotta get this out there. You gotta get yourself out there. So, you know, the more and more I kept being around him, more like I just kept having that mind state to like just, you know, to be more like get myself out there more. So,
So, are you a rapper or a singer? Because I was trying to, when I listen to your music, I was trying to figure out, because you do a little bit of both.
Yeah,
so.
Like I would just simply just call myself an artist, like, cause, you know, like I say, I produce too, so like I like to be versatile, so I don't really like to just say I rap or I sing, cause I've never really even taken any vocal lessons or anything like that. Like, you know, I just harmonize, do what I do, whatever. But, you know, it's a sound regardless. Like, I don't really like to like categorize everything. Just like my music, like I feel like I dip and dab in every genre, like, so I don't really like feel like I should box myself in any way, like, yeah, so.
Okay, and who would you say are your musical influences?
Musical influences, it's a lot, but I'll give you probably like a top 5. Definitely like Lil Wayne is one of them. Drake. So you want like an all time or like right now? Like,
we could say all time.
All time. Yeah. All right. So I'll say Lil Wayne, Drake, Michael Jackson, Jay-Z. I was a big Usher fan, and growing up, I was like a big Ludacris fan. Like, yeah, Ludacris is like my favorite rapper growing up.
Okay.
So
Okay. So how do you expect to break through the music industry? or just get in general?
I feel like I'm just tapping in on all realms. Like, you know, like I say, I produce, so like I'm working with a bunch of artists, you know, on a daily basis, and I continuously, like, you know, reach out to people, like, just to work, like, 'cause I'm like a collective creator. Like, I just like working with people, like, so it's nonstop. Like, I'm always want to work with the next talent or, you know, whatever. So like, I just feel like the more and more I push and just keep it consistent, it's like there's no way I'm not gonna get what I'm asking for. Like, you know, like, I believe in like law of attraction. Like, so, you know, a lot of stuff, like, the more I put my mind to it, it's just been coming into fruition. So I just feel like that's just what it is. Like,
okay, and who are a few people that you work with? You said you produce for a few people. Can you just let us know?
I produce some stuff for like they're not released, but I've done some work for ASAP Ferg, Efia, that's WizKid's artist. Got a joint with Famous Dex. A bunch of like underground artists, you know, whatever. And I also have like 2 partners that I produce with, go by Cash Beats and Tweet Tune. And yeah, like those 2, they have like a big placement right now that's just been released with ASAP Ferg, called Not the Boy and Verified. And yeah.
How did you get those opportunities?
Shit, like, I don't know if I curse.
It's okay, you can curse all you want.
Oh, alright, say no more. I got the green light. Alright, so yeah, like, basically, like, we just kept it consistent, just building the bond, like, just linking up in my cousin basement, making beats, and then like my boy Tweak, he's like a public figure, so he's like in the field a lot, like always in people's faces and stuff like that. So he ended up like becoming ASAP Ferg official producer. So he's like a direct source to ASAP Ferg, you would say. And we actually, my cousin and I, we had a studio running like last year somewhere in Brooklyn. You know, like, we actually built up some clientele doing that and connections as well. So like a lot of people just used to come to us, you know, like, and they would like hear the sound and they'll keep coming back, stuff like that. So
okay, so your latest single, Gone with the Wind.
Bitches off the gold bottle, or maybe getting brain, I'm so mind boggled. I tell them stay up in your lane, I hope you don't follow. Nah. They like, I hope the change won't change you. Cuban links, I've been chained to. Level up and stay the same dude. This one of them games that I can't lose. Get it any means, young Malcolm. I've been bringing heat, I'm dousing. I'm sure we can agree on the outcome. I need me a platinum piece of an album. I'm gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, yeah. I be going in, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, yeah. Hope the team gon' win, yeah. I'm gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, yeah. I be going in, yeah. I'm gone with the wind, gone with the wind, gone with the wind, yeah. Hope the team gon' win.
So what was the inspiration behind that song?
it's funny because like there was a situation. I was with my boy in Jersey, whatchamacallit, like we was with the Hybrids crew, whatever, and there was a conversation that came about where we was talking about like movies all time that like, you know, did the most numbers and stuff like that. And for some reason, like, you know, somebody mentioned Going with the Wind, and then that shit, I don't know, like that shit just stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Like the next couple days I started making a beat, and then that's the shit that just kept popping up in my head, like Going with the Wind. So like I really was just feeling that shit, because it's like, yo, like once it's on, I'm gone, like type shit. Like I always say, like once I got the opportunity to leave the hood, like sorry to say, like I'm not going back. Like I'll pay my visits, you know, show some love here and there, but not gonna catch me hanging around doing all that extra. That's how you get caught lacking, doing all that extra shit. So that's just the time I'm on. It's like, just if you're not rocking with me now, once I'm gone, I'm gone. Like, that's just my MO right now. So.
Okay. So, what's next for you? Like, any upcoming projects?
Yeah, I'm actually in the works of a project now. Like, should be about like maybe 12 tracks on there. This is more so like a solo project, but I do have some features on it as well. But like, cause I did do a project prior to this one where it was like more of like a collaborative effort, like a lot of different producers that I work with teaming up with me and a bunch of artists, where it was like the tracks and the records were dope, but it was more so where I didn't like really stamp myself to where people knew what I was capable of as an artist. So it's like people were liking the tracks, they could hear what I could do as a producer, but not many people like people would hear a song, they'd be like, yo, which one is you? Or, oh, I thought that was you. You know, it'd be a confusion. So I'm like, all right, this time I just gotta like come out, just be a little more selfish with my craft, and just, you know, stamp myself, let people know like, all right, this is me, get familiar with me type shit. So this one's gonna be like the same type of vibe, like a bunch of different like vibes, a little Afro, hip hop, R&B, pop, trap, you know, just a mix of a little everything in there, and just straight fire. Like, I think people gonna fuck with it, and I'm gonna have some skits in there too.
Okay, and you're African?
Yeah, I'm from West Africa. I'm Ivorian from Ivory Coast.
Okay.
But, you know, I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York, so.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You don't like the Bronx.
Yeah. Bronx, you know, it made me who I am, so I can never change that, but, you know, I got my issues with the Bronx too.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for coming.
No, thank you for having me.
I appreciate it.
I'm not a role model. I'm too busy fucking bitches off the gold bottle. Or maybe getting brain, I'm so mind boggled. I tell them stay up in your lane, I hope you don't follow.